Oh, hi. Normally I wouldn't post a spoiler review before the film comes out, but one of the reasons I'm so thankful that I got to see it today is I literally already can't even go into YouTube without seeing posts of footage leaks. I mean, come on now. That's the only reason why we have to rush out and see these movies immediately is so that we don't get spoiled. Movie doesn't even come out for 2 days. First showings tomorrow, and already leaks all over the internet. So I'm going to at least do you a favor instead of having a thumbnail spoil everything for you. I'm going to tell you spoiler alert. This is my spoiler review of Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. Spoiler alert. The movie is not out yet. If you are watching that, well, I mean, I guess you could be watching this after the movie's out. But the point being, spoiler alert. I highly recommend you see Doctor Strange without spoilers. Because it's a pretty darn good time, and there's at least, for me, there was 3 huge surprises. The rest was like, fun, great time. I loved the movie. But it wasn't like, oh my gosh! Like some people thought it was going to be for 2 hours. Oh my god! No. So spoilers. I'm not really going to break down the whole movie. I'm not really going to give my review. I already gave a non-spoiler review of how I feel about the movie. I saw it in 3D. The 3D was fantastic, by the way. If you would like 3D at all, see it in 3D. But I'm just going to go over a few things that stand out that I would like to discuss. And I will be saving the best for last. So if you would like to know what I think is the greatest idea the entire MCU has ever had to date, I'll be going over that last. For the rest, I'm just going to hit some bullet points, start from the beginning, we'll go from there. Once again, spoilers for Doctor Strange. One of my favorite things was when he's at I loved the misdirects of the trailers where like we thought maybe he was standing at the altar at his own wedding. Nope, he's in the audience guests anyway. He's in the audience. That was nice trickery. Or the other image where it looked like Wanda and Wong were teaming up and these beasts were behind them ready to team up with them. Turns out they were surrounded fighting multiple beasts. And Wanda and Wong weren't even technically fighting together. He was just kind of her little lapdog for a minute while she was... Okay, so, yeah. So, but at the beginning, when he's at the wedding and then they see well, they don't see it yet, but the monster's attacking the streets and he looks down and it's kind of like a Superman moment. Oh, I better go change and save the day. But he goes... Because he's holding a martini. This is one of the reasons why Doctor Strange is my 4th favorite MCU character. And this just added to it. I love the guy so much. He's holding a martini, sees the deal, and he's like, oh man, I'm going to have to go take care of this. But first... I'm going to finish my drink. Cracked me up. He's got to finish that martini before he... I wonder if he was feeling it. Was he tipsy fighting that monster? Has Doctor Strange ever fought drunk? Anywho... And, of course, as we suspected from the setup in WandaVision, which surprised me how WandaVision is necessary viewing for this movie. Like, Wanda's arc in this movie is useless and wouldn't make any sense and wouldn't be earned if you haven't seen WandaVision. They should probably put a disclaimer. It's ironic that it's a Doctor Strange movie, but WandaVision is necessary viewing. But we all knew she was going to be the bad guy. As we got closer to the release, we got so worried about cameos and Easter eggs and stuff like that we kind of forgot, like, oh yeah, Wanda's the bad guy. Yes. He goes to her for help. Oh, whoops. She immediately reveals, yeah, I'm the one. And I'm the bad guy. I thought it was going to be like an alternate version Wanda, but no, it's our Wanda. It was kind of murky, her being that motivated to do these horrific things for that reason. But whatever, like I said, they set it up in WandaVision. And when they did the one scene, I think it worked for me because the one scene where she's doing the dream walking, whatever they call it, it's kind of like From Everything Everywhere All at Once. Thank goodness that movie came out first, or everybody would think that it ripped this off, and now we can say this ripped that off. Anyway, it's kind of funny that they both had this good idea at the same time, but I'm giving full credit to Everything Everywhere All at Once. But Um, when she goes into the one deal and they show that she's seeing the kids, and then she slips out and loses them. Like if I woke up, like if I saw my kid and then they were gone, yeah, I'd probably react the same way. As a parent, I get it. And speaking of, I can't believe this movie's gonna be out for Mother's Day weekend, and it's got a perfect Mother's Day joke that everyone's gonna love when he says, "Those aren't your kids. You created them through magic." And she says, "That's what every mom does." Funny, but Wanda being the big bad, I love Wanda's the bad guy. I was immediate Wanda. Okay, Doctor Strange is my fourth favorite character. Wanda's my second favorite MCU character. So she just became. I just love her even more. I was immediately on her side. I wanted her to beat the crap out of everybody, including Doctor Strange. I was just having a blast with her being the bad guy. And then we get to the Illuminati. And here's the funny thing, where sometimes the surprises in the movie is that some rumors weren't true. There was no Tom Cruise. No Tom Cruise, which I didn't really care if there would be or there wouldn't be. I was just curious to see if they were actually going to do that. I could care less that there was no Tom Cruise. But the lineup for the Illuminati was pretty awesome. The fact that Captain Marvel was her friend, right? From Captain Marvel, so she obviously became Captain Marvel instead of whatever her name is. And then of course we knew Professor X because they really shouldn't have put him in those TV spots. They should have kept Professor X close to the chest, and that would have blown my mind in the theater. But since I knew he was coming, there was no extra they added to it because there's no more to it. He's just there. They're just there. They're little cameos. It's kind of like they're showing you, like, look, isn't this pretty? Okay, well, you don't get to keep it. You get to see it, but you don't get to keep it. But seeing him in that yellow chair as a lifelong X-Men fan, especially of that 97 TV show, oh my gosh. I loved just seeing him in that chair. And then at one point they did the whole, his little brain waves. Oh, that was so cool. And to see another team having defeated Thanos, and then what they do, like Prong Guy? Oh my god, what is it, Black Bolt or something? Oh, he was dope. I was like, why would they go with some obscure character? But then immediately I loved his character, and then he, of course, died. So, okay, but the huge surprise to me, this was one of the three huge surprises in this film, was the fact that one of the members of the Illuminati was because we also had Captain Carter. Oh, it was so nice to see Captain Carter. I wasn't a fan of her, like that character at all, until What If, and I'm just a huge fan of Captain Carter. Not Agent Carter. Captain Britain, or whatever we want to call her. But the John Krasinski reveal, I couldn't believe it. I did not see that coming. Which I'm starting to think that the Tom Cruise rumor was intentionally started to distract, so that no one would see Krasinski coming. I didn't. I was like, holy freaking crap! It's John Krasinski as Mr. Fantastic. This is cool. So that was cool. But then we had by far the best part of the film is Wanda versus the Illuminati. Holy crap. That is an action sequence up there with Endgame and Infinity War. I had so much fun watching that. The only bummer about it was, A, watching some of those characters die that I was like, come on, man. And B, the couple of the deaths were pretty R-rated, if you ask me. When she took away dude's mouth, and then he still goes to try to talk. What an idiot. It just blows up his freaking brain. That's an R-rated death, okay? And then what she did to Mr. Fantastic, like wibbling him out, and then all this, it pops his little head. That's an R-rated death. I was really bummed to see Captain Carter go. And the fact that Wanda killed Professor X, I was like, come on. You can't kill Professor X, man. X-Man. So, yeah, it was a bummer to see them go, but it was totally worth it because Wanda, every time somebody tried to stand up against Wanda, I was like, you're screwed. She's gonna mop the floor with you. Oh, such a blast. So I really enjoyed that sequence, even though I had to see some awesome characters go. But at least it was because Wanda was just the ultimate BA. You know what I mean? And then, like, the second half of the movie wasn't as exhilarating for me as the first half was. It was still good and enjoyable. I felt the ending was kind of simple. I wouldn't say anticlimactic, but not as climactic. Like, it didn't match how awesome the first half of the movie was and the rest of the movie as a whole. The ending didn't compare to that. It didn't top the rest of the movie. Like, the movie was competing with itself. No biggie, though. And Wanda's conclusion. Okay, I don't think she's dead, obviously. If she is, that would kind of upset me and be lame, but I don't think she is. That little blurb, maybe she went to a different universe. I'm sure she did something in that little blurb that we saw right as the building was crumbling down. So she'll show up again, I'm sure, someday, just like Vision. Maybe they'll show up together, who knows? But her coming out of being the bad guy and then deciding to destroy the Darkhold, which is cool that she does it in all universes, but her reforming, if you will, I don't know, I didn't really buy it. Like, we needed WandaVision to accept the fact that she was a bad guy, but she still was a little too evil that I was like, it's kind of out of character, but I accepted it. Her reasoning, kids will make you do some crazy things. But the resolve, though, of, oh, okay, never mind. The other version of me is like, hey, chill out. So I'm like, yeah, you're right. I should probably chill out. I'm done. I was like, I don't know. It's a very drastic step up and just as drastic of a step down. So it's like, you got consistency. What the heck was up with Doctor Strange's third eye? Was that a different Doctor Strange at the end? That ending? Boom, the end. I was like, what? Is that our Doctor Strange and now he has his own third eye? Because he was using the Darkhold? Okay, I think that's what happened. They didn't really make it clear. Because I was like, is this an alternate universe? Was that the wrong Strange? Have we been following a different Strange this whole time? Did he get replaced? Is this a different universe this whole time? But now I'm realizing I think it was just showing that he was affected by using the Darkhold, which was pretty cool, him using the thing to use his own corpse. So that was very clever. A zombie Doctor Strange with demon spirit wings? There's a sentence I never thought I'd say. So that was cool. End credits. The end credit gag. I knew it was going to be a gag. But it was pretty funny. Because he said he's got Bruce Campbell. Come on, of course. Bruce Campbell was going to be beating himself up for 3 weeks. So it looked like it had been 3 weeks. And he finally was like, and he looks at us and says, it's over. Which I did after it settled in. I was cracking up. Because yes, he's relieved that no more punching himself. But that's the movie. Get it? It's over. It was the end credit scene. Get out. It's over. So when we're waiting to clean the theater, get out. Right away. If you're going to stay for the end credit scene, the second that end credit scene's over, you book it the heck out of my theater because we got some cleaning to do because we got another 300 people coming into the next showing, all right? No offense. Not you. Just, you know who you are. And then the second of the 3 huge surprises for me was that mid-credit scene. The second she showed up, I was like, oh my god, that's Charlize Theron. I love Charlize Theron. I love her. And I'm like, holy crap, that's Charlize Theron. Never in a million years did I see that coming. Sure, we all knew the rumors of John Krasinski would make a great Fantastic Four, so it was a surprise that he was in it, but it wasn't surprising to see him as Mr. Fantastic. But just to see Charlize Theron in the MCU, I was like, yes! And then she just this purple thing, and I'm like, huh, because she had white hair, so it threw me off. But when she sliced open that thing, I'm like, that's Psylocke! That's Psylocke! Charlize Theron is Psylocke! Which makes me very happy. Okie dokie.